How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of AngelsBobs Plus here in Factorio. Episode 69. I'll let that one sink in for a minute. In the last episode, we went ahead and we finished our, whatever the hell these things are. I honestly cannot remember the name of them. Leaching plants, and then into crystals. Yes, so we're making crystals. I always confuse the chunks and the crystals. Because to me, these look like chunks. I mean, I know these don't look like crystals, but yeah. And then at the tail end, remember we did find the problem here with the rubyite. It is going to slowly fix itself. Just very slowly fix itself. We could try to actually speed this up a little bit by doing that. That should help significantly, yeah. The next, I guess, solution would be... Let's see, can I go ahead and do this? Well, in the meantime, while that's crafting, if you guys haven't already, if you guys have been enjoying the series and whatnot, make sure you guys leave a like, comment, and subscribe, as it really does help with the channel. Share it with a few people, help get the word out there, you know. Let's do that. And let's just go ahead and upgrade all this to red belt. Do I have red underground? I do have red underground. Ooh. Obviously, I'm gonna have to upgrade quite a few components here in order for this to actually be able to handle everything, but... Well, we're basically doubling capacity right now. Says that and immediately causes things to back up. You know, I should probably... Not that we have any of the basic belts, so that's not ever going to get built. But, you know, just in case. Alright. Well, I upgraded that as much as I could. What do I need for more? Oh, actually, you know what? I can just make more. Awesome. I don't have red circuits, but that's not going to happen until I get aluminum, so... I mean, there is some aluminum on this, but very, very little. Like, one piece is all I see right now. Mainly this is silicon and silver. Yeah, we are very full belts right now. Hey, there's a bunch of aluminum. Awesome, more aluminum is getting processed. Let's just get one of these working at better capacity, and then we'll work on the other one, I guess. Let's head all the way down. Because I don't technically have enough to maintain this. Silver, tin. I think that's all the ore I had on me. So in order to, you know, actually fill this, what we'll do is we'll do kind of a little bit of a cheeky maneuver. Right. And then... Can I get one more? No. Because remember, one yellow is equivalent, or 2 yellow are equivalent to 1 red. So, even though we don't technically have red in, like, what are they called? Red loaders? Yeah. Well, they're not technically red loaders, they're called, fast loader. Let's head up top. What do I need for more red? I honestly should just automate the red belt. We do have robots now, actually. It would be possible. And we have steel gear wheels. You know what? I don't need to necessarily automate red belt in the same way. Okay. So let's go ahead and that's for that, and then that as well. Okay. We'll do something like that. Okay. And then I guess we do that. Awesome. Alright, and then it doesn't matter which belt we put the steel gear wheels on and which one we put the other thing on. And because it's a bottom one, I can just do something like this. And I'll just go ahead and grab a yellow splitter. Steel gear wheels, so let's go ahead and find bronze. I might not have actually connected it all the way. I did not. Alright, so let's go ahead and do that then. Which path? Because I don't want to start building out bronze. Oh, underneath the solder. Okay. Yeah, let's not run on the belt because that will slow us down. Running with the belt speeds you up. Running the other way slows you down against it. Right, think of it like running against the current or the wind, I guess. And it does stack. So if you were to run with the belt, right, so in this direction, it speeds you up, and then if you had stone under it, it would speed you up even more. At least it used to. I'm not sure if it still does. I want to say it does. I don't really see why not, but they might have changed it in how the game calculates your speed based off the tile you're on. Because I think used to it just counted whatever the ground was, and then because you were also on a belt, it sped you up even further. And it was... And then, yeah. We will definitely be getting robots to be more widely used in the factory soon. But the problem is you can't really use robots at scale while they aren't upgraded. Luckily in modded there are plenty of other options we have as well. Okay. I need that. How much is even here still? 21,000? Well, I'm not gonna dig it up anymore. Honestly, yeah, I know, it's technically wasteful, and I said, you know. Infinite world, infinite resources, and all that jazz. It's better to use all the resources you have than, you know, have to load more chunks and whatnot, but, oh well. 21,000 or 23,000 isn't going to be enough to massively change the need, I guess, to want to mine it. Yeah, so that's good. Let's go ahead like so. Yeah, there's bronze plate. This red belt should be automated now. Let's go ahead and switch it over to, honestly, that much. Let's cut that down just to 4. Alright. And then I do want to get one of these, but that requires green and red. See, it should have at least, yeah, we have green. There should be some red circuits somewhere in the factory, if not at the very end, like on the belt somewhere. Because I know, yeah, see right here. I will say, I will say that is one potential disadvantage of a belt-based, or a bus base like this, is you'll have materials at the end of your bus. For instance, like all of this is technically just being stored here, never to be used, unless of course I come down here and move it. I have done in vanilla campaigns where I'll put like a like either a storage chest at the end or a passive provider, and it will throw it back into a requester chest, or an active provider, which forces it into the network, and so robots will forcibly pick it up and move it, and then it just keeps things cycling through the factory. It is a little bit of a waste of like power and some stuff, but it forces the resources back to the beginning of the factory and like gives them a second chance at going through the factory. It's not really necessary by any means, but I don't know. I think it is somewhat useful. Okay, so the aluminum's here. I was gonna say the bronze plate should be here soon. I need a little bit more to make a few more fast splitters, because well, I'm not gonna necessarily need them for this project down at that warehouse where I did the weird janky thing, but we will need them eventually, so I'll just build them now. Curious, how much is our iron and copper built up? 78,000, 31,000. I mean, they're not massive stockpiles of either, but it's definitely better than what it was for a while. And yeah, we'll have to wait on more fast not fast underground, but fast transport belts in general. Let's go ahead and use them. Notice on yellow, well, now that we're on both red, I believe, but on yellow, yeah, see, so this actually can't output fast enough, which we'll just have to do that. There you go. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright. That. Silver, zinc. Okay, that should be all. Oh, I saw aluminum. I don't like how it sorts them. Like, I wish it would sort all the ore in one section. Kind of like the blueprint. So some of the things that are vanilla sorting is like the stuff that when you get to weird modded stuff, it doesn't sort nicely. It's either sorted alphabetically or just other different methods of sorting, which I don't really like. Well, I mean, we're getting closer to the end goal of speeding that up. How has this unclogged the rubiite? I mean, okay, the bottom ones are unclogged. I mean, it's definitely going to take some time for these ones to... They're getting there. The lead's on. Once the lead unclogs, then this will speed up the rest of these. Yeah, so that's at 400, and they're at about 400, so it'll take a couple episodes, I think, for that to fully unclog, but at least aluminum is coming back into the system over here, which is what we want. Just notice, now we have a much fuller belt of aluminum. Like, I mean, almost an entire full yellow belt of aluminum coming out, which is nice. I mean, it's not going to last forever, but it's still incredible in my opinion. That we're getting that much aluminum. How much of these other resources we have? A lot. The lead is building up, and the lead will probably build up for a little bit until we start building more like transistors and whatnot. But yeah, see, the bronze is a little bit scarce. The aluminum plate should be, yeah, I was gonna say, it should start happening. Definitely gonna want to try to upgrade this as much as we can. I'm actually curious what, let's see. A loom. Alright, so we actually have the slightly better, are we using the slightly better version? Processing 2. So not our processing 1? I see aluminum smelting too. Oh, it's right here. It's under the smelting and casting. I see. Okay. So I think we're just doing this tier 1 when we could be doing the tier 2. And then what about the tier 3 even? Yeah. Okay. We definitely want to do the better version. But again, soon we're going to transition over to the direct ore sorting. How many shards do we have? Because I know that was a big component. I do want to just take a check on this fish real fast. No, we're still not building up enough. Honestly, I'm gonna probably just take my time between episodes to try to figure out how to get this fish farming area to get us just enough of the polluted fish water. And I don't know, I'll probably look around and see if I can find anything to make it a little bit more productive, because right now it's not really producing us a whole lot, which is very unfortunate. Well, red circuit should start falling again, and blue sign should start being crafted again. Now that we unclog rubyite. Alright. So now, we should have titanium. Right? Or is there something else we were waiting? Oh, you know what? I don't think I added it to the output for sapphirite yet, so I don't think it's even being outputted. Oh no. That's what we were doing, is we were building these machines at the end of the last episode. Yes. Like, wait a second. Okay, well, I'm going to try not to run into these machines. But we need the better tier, which is what we made in the last episode. Well, at the literal end, like, as the episode was ending, we were trying to get them all made, but we ran out of time, and we ran... Oh, no. We ran out of material to make more. So the rest of them need some bronze plate. Yeah, so we literally just need bronze plate. So let's go grab some of that. Hopefully there's some still down here. I don't think there's a stockpile of it. I think we have to... Oh, there's a stockpile of it. Okay. Alright, we'll just speed that up. Not that it really needs to be sped up, but we'll speed it up. And then we'll build the other 5. Awesome. So those are going to go ahead and get crafting. And in the meantime, we'll drive back up there and get the other 5 we placed to start ore sorting. And then we'll start getting... Where is the sorting for it? We'll start getting some titanium, which is what we need to do a few more things, which is going to be important. Okay. Let's go and pick up our carbs. Now we're down to 1. Somehow we lost all 5 that we made. Honestly, I might just have to set up a assembler making vehicles. I'm sure somebody right now is probably counting the amount of cars that I have misplaced throughout the factory. And it is probably a very high number. Alright, there we go. Now we're getting titanium. That's the really purple, kind of purpley pink stuff there. It actually exists on this. Yeah, geez, we're jumping this from just iron and copper all the way up to the higher tier. I do want to just double check to make sure that these limiters are in place, because these are going to be very important for preventing backlogs. Okay, so that checks, and then should I also check up here, right? I want to say the base is, yeah, so it checks there, and then those don't have a limiter, but that's fine. Because anything that's getting directly sorted, I'm okay with there not being a limit on, because in order for that warehouse way up there to fill up these chunks, the proceeding, well, depending on how you look at it, because like this warehouse, if you're going up, precedes that one, but if you're coming down, then this is the one after. But anywho's it. So all these are working now. And just throw question there. Awesome. Alright, so let's go ahead. Like so. Oh, I really hope I can get this all the way down there, and I cannot. And I can't even make more of these. Awesome. So let's actually go grab some underground. And then we'll go ahead and get that placed up and then get the titanium. And we're going to run into a power pole. Like always, it would not be a Factorio episode with me unless a power pole was destroyed. Or something else, I suppose. Oh, that's where we want to go. How's power? I've actually not looked at power in a while. It looks okay. Oh geez, why is this suffering? This because of stone? Oh yeah. You know, I should probably fix that at some point. I should probably just quickly glance. Yeah. So all the red here are miners that have finished. So there's no longer any ore under them, and so they've been marked. AutoDeconstruct has marked them for deconstruction. As you can see, a good number of the field has been marked. Luckily, all these warehouses are pretty full. I mean, each one's about 70,000. The train cars each hold a crap ton, and then we do have some, yeah, we have all these warehouses, which each one is basically 100,000, 600,000, and this guy is 20,000. We might want to look at upgrading all of this belt here, as you can see, into like red belt. I might even want to actually put a splitter here at the end just so that all of them technically can go on either side, but that is for another time. Another time that I will forget, and probably in about 10 episodes I'll realize when eventually we either run out of coal or something else. But it is not today's problem. Why is this not being empty? It literally has 12. Alright, let's go ahead and actually tear this up then. Alright, there we go. You know, actually, technically I want it on this one, right? I honestly don't even know at this point. I think I want it on this last one, actually. That's not what I want. Well, that's gonna happen. We'll have to clean that out. There we go. Yeah, I'm not sure why it did that. Oh, you know what? It's because I dragged over. That's actually why I did that. Yeah, because then here it's supposed to do that. See, I don't like that the underground does that. It should see that, hey, there's a block there and just be smart enough to, I don't know if picker is what could do that, or if it's the other one. Oh, I have a bunch of ore I probably could get rid of as well. Well, let's actually head down there and make sure. Well, not really make sure for anything, but clear my inventory out of all this ore that's sitting in my trash slots, and then empty out. Yeah, see, because that's like a bunch of my inventory. And then we'll also go ahead and grab out any of that Jabolite ore that got onto these belts accidentally. Luckily, this is all sorted, so I'm not worried about it going anywhere. So lead, nickel, silicon, tin. Awesome. Alright, so the titanium is going to hit here, and then the titanium is actually going to head up. So let's find the titanium. Titanium should be there. Awesome. These are backing up, that's fine. It's a little bit, yeah, so it's all in here now. That should be all the 45. Cool. And if any more shows up, it'll just get collected here, and then we'll be able to take it out. We could eventually even do a modifier. Yeah, notice how there's now also a bunch more crystals. I wish when you had loaders, for instance, you could set it to kind of be exclusive. So, for instance, normally you can filter, like, for instance, iron ore, right? And only iron ore will come out of this. Well, I wish if I had a second one attached to the machine, it would be smart enough to say, to see, oh, hey, iron ore is already being taken out, so you should be able to apply a filter to this one and say, hey, because iron ore is already being taken out by this bottom one, exclude it from being filtered out of this one, even though that this one's like completely open for like anything can leave it. Just because I feel like for certain machine builds, especially up when you're, for instance, doing some of these sortings and you're getting like 5 different outputs, well, if I just want to say take out the slag and put that in a different direction, but I want all the ore to go somewhere else, yeah, you can do what we're doing, but you could also, I think, have it in such a way that allows for, or rather, even with these warehouses, actually, with all the inputs and outputs, and then just have like an open valve, if you will, to where anything else that isn't being taken out specifically, push it out. But that's not a thing we can do, unfortunately. But whatever. I'm okay with it, I guess. So now we have the titanium. So we expanded the ore a whole bunch. We're almost to the point where we can start doing direct ore sorting. And by that, I mean this here. We needed to make these mineral catalysts, which require mineral sludge, which I believe we're already making. Or at least to some degree we're making. Maybe not. Well, we can technically make it down here. So if we go E. So to make mineral sludge, all we need to do is take slag slurry and purified water in a coal filter. Well, to make slag slurry, you just melt down slag or stone. And then I'll smelt the slag down. You can do stone as well, but I'm going to do slag. And then, because this is how you can actually get further refining out of that slag. So remember, one of the first couple episodes, I want to say I talked about how slag isn't useless, and you probably shouldn't throw it away. And unless you absolutely have to, I don't recommend turning it into stone, because you can get more. I believe you can get more out of it. It's 1 slag to 2 crushed stone, so you actually end up losing some potential resources, right? So if you refine the slag further, right, as a byproduct, you can then turn it into more resources. Although not, I don't know the full math for it all. I would have to work it out, but I don't know how many additional resources you're going to gain by reintroducing that slag back into the ore sorting, right? Because you use a catalyst and then some ore, like how much more you're going to get, right? Because if we just were to sort this, if we were to just sort the crushed, we'd only get 2 iron and then 2 iron, so that's 4 iron. Well, this sorting right here gets us 4 iron, right? So we're not gaining any iron, right? But we're also not losing any iron. We're only getting iron, which, sure, it does sound like, hey, but then aren't you technically losing out on potential resources? And I guess, yeah. You're spending a little bit more resources. You're spending energy. You're spending sulfuric acid to get the slag slurry, and then to get the slag slurry into mineral sludge, you have to spend a little bit of purified water, but that's basically infinite resource, because with the water bore pumps and whatnot, and the coal filter only uses a little bit of coal. So, you're really just spending a little bit of coal. So you're not gaining any like additional resources from this, right? So you're not like getting like 8 iron and it's, more efficient. You're just making it so that way you only get iron, which is very helpful, because then you can set up like circuits and stuff to say, hey, the factory needs more iron, let's produce more iron. And technically you can kind of do that anyway, kind of quick and dirty with how I'm doing it with these warehouses. So it basically in a way is like hard coded. So if there's room, iron will go in, machines will make more iron, right? if there is no room in warehouse, meaning there's no room in the furnaces, meaning we don't need any more iron, well, they're not going to produce any. And then, right, so that's kind of how we'll end up having it set up. But so really, you're not gaining resources. If anything, you are technically losing out on resources, because if I were to sort the crushed, right, you get, where is it? You get 1 slag and you get 1 copper, right? So you do get a little bit of extra components here versus the other one. Now, it does use up all the slag you produce, and if you're not producing anymore, because you produce slag from sorting the crushed, right? So you stop producing slag at some point, right? Because you do get slag for every time in all of these sortings, and eventually you get rid of it when you get the purified stuff. And so eventually this recipe will no longer be valid, and you will have to use your crushed stone, which you're guaranteed to get anyway, because you are going to crush the ore. That's a guaranteed step you're going to have to do. So you are going to eventually switch over to this for refinement. So in a way, like, will you have the slag, use it, and then you'll eventually have to switch over. But if you don't want to switch over and you just want to say, hey, I just want to default use the stone, go for it, and then just convert all your slag into stone, it will be a little bit wasteful, but you know, you do you with how you want to do your setup. Depends on how much you care about maximizing, you know, production per craft or whatever. But yeah, so with that, I think let's go ahead and end the episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, make sure you guys leave a like, comment, and subscribe. Share it with a couple friends, all those fun things. On that, I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Peace out.